Solomon, the king who chose wisdom. A young Solomon sits alone, reading a scroll with furrowed brows. Solomon was the son of the great King David. But unlike his father, Solomon wasn't a warrior. He hadn't fought giants. He hadn't led armies. He was young, quiet, thoughtful. Now, the crown sat on his head, and with it came fear. How could he rule a kingdom this big? Flickering firelight. Solomon offers sacrifices. Later, he sleeps near the altar under the stars. Solomon traveled to Gibeon to seek God. That night as he lay asleep, in a dream but surreal, glowing clouds, God's voice echoes gently. Ask for whatever you want, and I will give it to you. Solomon stands alone in a radiant dream space, awestruck. Lord, I'm only a child. I don't know how to lead. Give me wisdom so I can know right from wrong and lead your people well. God smiled at Solomon's heart. Because you asked for wisdom, not for riches or power, I will give you both. Wisdom like no other, and honor and wealth beyond kings. Solomon, waking, gasping, he runs toward the Ark of the Covenant. One day in the royal court, King Solomon manifested God's wisdom as has been promised by God. Guess what happened? Two women stand before Solomon, each clinging to the same baby. A crowd watches tensely. The first woman, very tearful, cried, "This baby is mine. Her baby died in the night." The second woman, insisting, shouted in response, "No, my son lives. She's lying." No one knew the truth. No one except God. Solomon sits calmly and signals to a guard, "Bring me a sword." The crowd gasps. The guard presents it. Solomon rises and commanded the guard, saying, "Cut the child in two, give each woman half." The first woman screamed, "No, please give her the baby. Just don't hurt him." The second woman answered coldly, "Fine, divide him." King Solomon points to the first woman. She is the real mother. Give the child to her. And all Israel knew Solomon's wisdom came from God. Under Solomon's rule, Israel knew peace. He wrote Proverbs, studied the stars, taught crowds. His wisdom was unmatched. Queen of Sheba, visiting King Solomon, confessed to him, "I heard stories of your wisdom, but the truth is even greater. Blessed is your God who made you king. Solomon built the temple of the Lord, a place of beauty, wonder, and worship. 7 years of careful work." When the ark entered, a cloud filled the temple. The glory of God surrounded them. Solomon prayed, "Heaven and earth cannot contain you, Lord, yet you dwell here among us. Hear our prayers. Forgive us when we turn to you." But then as King Solomon grows old, he began following his own ways and fantasies, away from the way of God and his father King David. Solomon's heart began to change. He married women from foreign lands, and with them came their gods. Older Solomon is surrounded by gold, but looks burdened. Idols are being set up by the foreign women he entangled with in his king, and he couldn't stop them. At places, incense to idols, dark altars on hills. He built altars for false gods. His love for God faded. His wisdom remained, but his obedience did not. "Since you've turned away, Solomon, the kingdom will be torn from your son's hands." Solomon ruled for 40 years. He built, he judged, he taught, but near the end of his life, he remembered what mattered most. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Wisdom begins with God, but it must end with obedience. Solomon had everything, yet only one thing mattered, a heart that follows the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Proverbs 9 verse 10. Solomon's life shows us this. True wisdom is more than just knowing right from wrong. It's choosing to follow God every day and every season with all your heart.